Hello. If you are new to the channel, my name is Lady Di, and this is Dating to Marriage Support. How are you guys doing tonight? For me, it's been a hectic day, okay? Look, y'all can see my cord. Hold on. Where we at? All right. Yes, today for me was a hectic day. I don't know about you guys, but it's flu season, so my kids were sick and everything for a couple of days. So I had to get them situated and all of that. So I just wanted to get into some heavy topics today. One of them will be about Tia Mowry and her ex-husband, Corey Hardrick. I had posted a video on my thoughts on how she's celebrating her divorce. Her graduation is what she called it, okay? Her graduation. I don't know how many of you agree with that or not, but she graduated 14 years. Well, that's what she said. It was a graduation for her. She made it 14 years, and now she is super happy about it. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but they're celebrities. So, a lot of celebrities will share their personal stories to give more of the fans to feel like, we personally know them. And then there's some celebrities that are kind of private. But with her, she was very open about her marriage. She had many interviews speaking about it, ups and downs. She even shared, inclusive information about her intimacy, which, you guys, if you don't know, she shared that she at the time was exclusive with her husband once a week, every Wednesday to be exact, is what she did. And I did a video on this. But you guys, yes, once a week. And she's the one who filed for divorce. I think that's crazy. I wonder what he's feeling. Once a week?
Boy, if you don't get
Like, who's doing that? Who's doing once a week, y'all? Who actually lasts that long? I mean, we're human. We're able to endure, right? But as a married couple, once a week, they weren't even single. So what kind of relationship is that? That means that besides the intimacy, that means that they weren't connected either. I mean, you get closer and closer with someone, the more intimate you are, and the more personal, don't have to be intimate, but the more personal connections you have with someone alone. You get closer with everyone. So for her to sit here and say that that's what she does is bizarre. But I want to play a clip for you guys. I want to see what your thoughts are on it.
There was just no way that men were going to be able to convince millennial women, and then also, of course, Gen Z women and girls, that growing up and being single or being unmarried was going to be an issue. Like, representation was just too good. Like, did you want to grow up and just hang with friends in your old age? Because we had an example of that. Did you want to grow up and just be a full-on baddie? Because we had an example of that. Did you want to grow up and take in an orphaned niece or two and do magic and live together with your sister? Because believe it or not, we had 2 examples of that. Like, there are men on this app who are still really trying to trick women into believing that if they don't marry a man, their future is destined to be lonely and sad. Like, I'm sorry. We have examples that say otherwise. Can't fool us.
First of all, I don't know why she's using those type of examples to say that she would be happy if she was single. Because all of these women that she showed, I mean, yes, they had their friends. But first of all, those are shows. That's not real life. Now, there are shows who use real life examples, but for real, that's not real life. How many people have all of their friends until they're 90 years old? I want somebody to explain that. Who in their right mind has friends all the way to 90? Friends don't last long these days. So to sit here and expect your friends to be there for you, You can't even expect you and your man to stay together, but you expect someone that don't even help you pay bills, someone who you're not even intimate with, someone who you don't share that type of connection with them regardless. It's not going to happen. You expect them to be that loyal to you to that regard. I'm not saying you can't have friends that long, but to have them for you from what, death to his part, like who's doing that? Who's doing that? Who wants to do that anyway? Who wants to do that? That is bizarre. I want to share some statistics with you guys, okay? So 38% of all Americans are married. 38% of all Americans are married. Now, I mean, and that's from since 2020. You already know a lot of things have been changing in the community. A lot of people don't want to be married. They're just getting into relationships just for other reasons, not to be loyal, not to be committed or anything. So I could understand why the percentage definitely dropped at 38%. Now, for Black people, only 30% of us have been married. The other percentage, 50% of us, have never been married. 50% of Black people have never, I think that's crazy, never been married. How? So half of us never even signed the paper saying, you know, you're going to be with this person basically forever on that dotted line, and you changed your name. Half of us have never done that. Now, I was expecting to have a little bit of a higher percentage because of the divorce, but no, that's a little bizarre for me. And then as far as women go, 48% of women, Black women, have never been married, never in their life. But they sitting here supporting someone like Tia Mowry, saying that she's good to go, she's okay, let her be happy. But a lot of you guys have never been married. So how in the world are you going to sit here and think that that's okay and you've never experienced it? Only people that have experienced marriage should be able to say something about that, because we have real life situations and experience where we can have a feel about what she may have been going through. But for the ones who have never been married, there's no way you're speaking. No way. 48% of Black women have never been married. Let me show you this chart. Oh, it is not big enough, you guys. Okay. So what it's saying is 30% of Black men, 33% of Black men are married right now. And this is on the Black demographic site. So if you want to actually look at the entire chart and other statistics they have on there, please check out that website. All right. It's very interesting how this is what we're doing today. No one in the US wants to be loyal, and I wonder why. I feel like a lot of us are just selfish. You want to be to yourself, but then you get into relationships with people and then destroy it. I had a poll on my page, on my channel, asking people, hey, if you've been married, how long have you been married, or how long have you been in your relationship? A lot of the votes were they were not in relationships for long, under 6 months. I've seen that was like the highest. So we're not even able to keep a relationship past a year. Why not? Why can't we get it together? I think that's bizarre. We cannot, but we have a whole bunch of friends though. So we could get close and personal with friends, but we can't get close and personal with someone that you could spend the rest of your life with. How does that make sense? People are more loyal to their friends than the people they should be loyal to, which are the ones that they're in relationships with. How are you more loyal to your friends? Make it make sense, you guys. Now, I want to share, before I do the call-in special, which let me drop that link for you all. I want you guys to look at this clip that I posted last night, and a lot of people do not agree with what I said. Now take a look. If you don't sit your ass down, really, ain't nobody that goddamn happy after a divorce. Like, you been divorced him mentally, honey. Why string him along? Like, who does that? I don't want to hear you say you did it for the kids. You ain't doing nothing for the kids right now. They ain't 18 yet. Because if you was able to stay 14 years, you should have been able to stay a little bit longer because, no, this is not a good look for you. Or anyone who's celebrating their divorce. This is not no divorce party. Y'all need to go ahead and trash that. That is not in season. And it never was. I mean, it wasn't even that deep. That's just how I felt because this girl is dancing all around social media. Like, it's like she got a divorce just to be an influencer. She has never, ever been on social media that much, especially prancing around like she's happy. She just divorced. She reminded me of when Megan Good got a divorce. One of her first pictures after her divorce, she was basically half naked, already trying to get attention. I mean, people feel like they're married and they feel trapped. So why did you get married? You already knew what it was going to be. You already knew that you had to be loyal. You already knew that you was going to be with that one person. How do you now, all of a sudden, I don't want to be with you no more? Speaking of Megan Good, I don't want to be with you no more. I want to go be free like I was on King Magazine 20 years ago. That's what she's trying to do. She got her a pastor and now she wants to be free. You knew he was a pastor before you got with him, but you still got with him trying to change your life. And then you went right back to the life that you started. Make that make sense, you guys. How does that make sense for anybody? And poor guy, he wanted to have kids. That guy, Megan Good's ex-husband, has no children at all. And he was going to do it with her. And all of a sudden now, she's like, no, I don't want any kids. Any kids. Now the man has no kids and he's like 45. Now he has to wait until he finds somebody else to have kids at an older age. All because his wife of 9 years didn't want to be with him no more. Now, speaking of Tia Mowry, she divorced her husband for other reasons because she already has her kids. I'll play that clip.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Let me get that clip for y'all. I'm showing you a picture of her kids. Okay, she has kids. She has a son. I think he's about 12 years old, and her little girl's about 4. So she has kids. And she's already divorcing. Her kids are not grown. That's what I was saying. I'm not saying get a divorce when they're 18, but at least, goddamn. Can we stay married for our children at least? Because now you just ripped the man out of the household. So okay, yeah, he could be a co-parent, but a co-parent, who wants to be a co-parent? Who wants to be, oh, let me schedule to see my kids on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between, I don't know, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is what y'all want to do? Y'all want to live like that? The only schedules you should have is when you're at work or something different, not your personal life, not your children with their own father. Okay, no one should be doing stuff like that. That's not okay. Now, like I said, I was telling in my post that to me the exception to the rule is if it's life-threatening situations is when you should pull the plug. Other than that, when you get married, you are married. Do you know what the vows are saying? That wasn't a joke. That's real life. But people aren't even looking at the vows anymore. They saying it, trying to be pretty during their wedding, saying all this, fancy stuff. They don't even believe what they're saying. Do they know what they signed? I'm trying to get how they gonna say these vows and they not owning up to it. Sickness and in health. For richer or poor. How many people are divorcing because of financial reasons? In my live last week, one of the guys asked me, would I still be okay with being with my husband if we lived in a trailer? I don't know if you guys seen that. But my answer was yeah, because I didn't marry him for the things that he has or the things that he's going to provide for me. Yes, of course, those are factors. But I got to know him and I like him, not the things around him. Okay, so I would be happy. You know why? Because he's with me. And then together, we're going to get out of that situation if we don't want to be in it. It's called teamwork. No one wants to work today unless they're going to their actual job, getting paid. It's like, okay, so you want to get paid to be with your man. So, for example, Tia Mowry actually married this man and he didn't have much money. He was pretty much poor, homeless. But when she got him, he wasn't homeless at the time, but he was homeless before he got with her. And she met him at a bus stop. So he was getting there. Okay, he was getting there. Most homeless people don't ride the bus because they don't have the means to even do that. And a lot of them are drunks. But he was getting his life together. And as kind-hearted as that is, I'm still so surprised that she's ended her marriage. Do you know her sister Tamara? She's been married about the same amount of time and has kids too. Her man is not Black. I think he's from Spain. But she's married to him and she's very happy with him. Now, they're two different men. I'm not trying to compare men, but obviously anyone who's getting married, especially as a man, I don't know about women. Women, y'all don't care about marriage. I don't even understand marriage for most part. But men, when they sign that dotted line, they are fully committed. How many women are the ones pulling the cord than men? Mostly all women are pulling that cord saying they don't want it anymore. They're done. Men are staying. Okay, men are staying. Corey didn't divorce her. She divorced him. And that's okay. That is not okay. And she has no valid reason for it. She just got tired. Because if you look at clips of her and them, he's not uncomfortable, but she looks very uncomfortable. She feels that he's controlling. Now, that video I played for you all about.
There was just no.
Hold on, not that one. The one I played for you all. Here it is. Okay, look. This video right here. Unaccountable at best. This girl prances around. Now, I'm not able to show the comments on here. It's so many. I just let it rock right now. But I want to be able to read some of these comments so you could get a little clarity on what women today are thinking. All right. So one girl says, "How you mad? She's happy." How are you mad because she is happy? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hi, thanks for your comment. Okay, it says, "Peace, sister. You got to pick a different time because you and Danica are live at the same time." Oh, Danica is live too? Oh. Well, so I normally go live Fridays at 8. I did just start this. Thank you for informing me of that. I did not know that she went live on Fridays. I don't know if it's a consistent basis. I will have to go look at her page and see. But I do appreciate you giving me that feedback. I definitely do. And I'm gonna have to look at her stuff because me and her do not need to go live at the same time. You are absolutely right. Thank you so much. All right. So listen, how are you mad that she's happy? There's people arguing on my post. Someone says, because if the man had did that to her, you wouldn't be asking this question. Sad because when he pop out with a younger female, keep that same energy. Oh, goodness. Keep that same energy. Do you guys agree with that? Okay, someone said, this ain't happiness. This is my ready to kick it with other men. She is out and ready. Out and ready to be out there. Y'all saw how she was looking? Look at her clothes. She already dropping it like it's hot. Who is doing that? I'm just trying to get how you're this happy and you just got a divorce. Look at her. Showing love symbols and all that. What do you... Why didn't you show all that stuff when you were with your husband? This is my thing. When you are in a marriage, you have to understand, like as women, we have to understand that men are there to guide us as well, okay? Men are there to guide us as well. So let's say for her, maybe she didn't respect him because obviously she divorced him. So maybe she didn't respect him at all, okay? Now, to me, if she's married to him for this long, yes, people stay in abusive relationships. That's one of the comments that I did receive, but that's not majority of people. Majority of people do not stay in abusive relationships. All right. They will be dead somewhere. A lot of them. All right. That's not a majority situation. Someone says, hey, Hit Show Podcast. Someone says, Hit Show Podcast says, nothing wrong with being happy. There's nothing wrong with being happy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what type of example is she showing to her children to be this happy? That means that when they get into their exclusive relationships, right, they're going to be like, yeah, I could do that because my mom did it. She divorced him for no reason. Sorry, there's a reason, but no life-threatening reason. All right, remember the vows. What do the vows say? The vows say something different. We're divorcing, and it's not based on our vows. So it's not life-threatening. So women are supposed to look at their men as guidance. So she had her parents growing up. So she didn't respect her dad. Because that's the first way you get to learn how to respect a man, right? Is your father. So did she not respect her dad? Because if she did, maybe she would have understood the things that her husband may have been teaching her because she's been with him that long and had 2 kids. Married. It's not a baby mama situation. People that have kids, out of wedlock and they have a lot of them, that's different. We're not comparing that. But if you married somebody, that means that you trust them enough to make a life together. Okay, you trust them enough to make a life together. That means that you should respect them a little bit, right? No, you should respect them. The whole situation should be respected. So if you're not sitting here doing that, what type of example are you showing your kids? Your kids are going to sit here and destroy their relationships because they watched you destroy one. Because you have no valid reason. You have no valid reason. All it needs to be showed commitment. Nothing is going to be roses every day. Nothing. You just have to be dedicated. So I'm going to share a personal story from me. All right. This is dealing with work. And you have to speak. You have to have conversations. Let me put this slide up here. You have to speak and you have to have conversations. You can't just be in a relationship and don't talk. All right. So this is what I go by. This is what I've been going by in my marriage. Love is to listen, observe, value, and express. So you listen to each other. All right. Then you observe. Observe means that you're paying attention to your spouse, to your partner. How are you going to know when things are going bad if you're not doing that? How are you going to know that your spouse partner is having a bad day if you're not watching? How are you going to know? How are you going to know when maybe, I don't know, the person is in a situation where they're uncomfortable? How are you going to know if you're not watching them? Right? You have to watch people. See who they're about. That's why a lot of us are in this situation now, being single, because you guys are picking the wrong people. You guys are picking the wrong individuals. You have to observe. There's people who can show you right away, and you guys are missing it. You guys are missing it. They show you. So that's one. It's not everyone shows you. It's just that it will help wean out most people. So you have to be, that's like the number one thing to do. Observant. All right. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and show some love. Thanks for being here. Also, if you haven't already, please get the likes up. Thanks for being here. All right. And you also have to value each other. Just like you value your job. You value your job because your job pays your bills. Why don't you value your spouse like that? Why don't you value your partner like that? You telling me every day that you're at work, no one pisses you off? You telling me every day at work is peaches and cream? Every day at work is a party? Is that what we're doing? That's not reality. But you still value that job though, right? So why aren't we valuing our relationships like that? All right. It's because, like this one said, Hit Show Podcast says, a lot of people don't take their vows seriously. Why aren't we looking at our relationships like that? Why not? Okay. What else do I have on there? Express. We have to express our feelings. I'm not saying be super emotional and be crying and all this nonsense. There's nothing wrong with crying. But you're not going to get nothing resolved crying. All right. You're going to have to voice your opinion and have a respectful conversation. Just because you're crying and emotional don't mean you have to be rude. Ain't nobody going to hear you being rude or angry. All right. So you have to learn how to express your emotions respectfully. One, because of the things I just mentioned, you cannot be rude. And two, because how are we going to understand your point if you're emotional? No emotional person has a point that makes sense. No one. Think about someone crying, all hysterical, and you can barely hear the words coming out their mouth. They don't even know what they're saying. Or someone who was furious. You know, when you're mad, all you see is red, right? Or all you're thinking about is everything negative. Out of your mouth, it's going to come out like that. So when you express respectfully so the person could understand. Now, does that mean they're going to understand you right away? No. That does not mean that. Sometimes it's going to take a few tries. So that's where patience come in at. It's levels to a relationship. You just don't get in a relationship and think it's going to be peaches and cream. Just like when you go to your job, you know it's not peaches and cream. You know that. No one likes to go to work. Even if you doing what you love, okay? There's days where you're going to want to be left alone, right? No one is happy as hell every single day at their job. So you have to treat your relationship like that, like your job. You're committed, right? And you kind of hate it because some people hate their job, but you're committed as hell though. All right, you're going to be there first thing in the morning and you ain't going to miss it. All right, treat your relationships like that. It will last longer because you are putting in work. So that's you. Now the other person has to do the same thing. It goes both ways. You can't have one person doing it and the other person is not doing it. Then that's where people like Tia Mowry is going to sit here and throw the towel in. We don't know exactly who wasn't doing their part in this marriage. She didn't disclose that. All right. But I know for a fact she wasn't doing a lot of things if she wasn't doing intimacy. All right. If she threw in that intimacy once a week, you already know she wasn't doing a lot of other stuff. That's like a big deal. That's a big deal. So just from that one example, I already know she wasn't doing a lot. So yes, it takes more than just one person doing all the work. So sometimes therapy is needed because there's a lot of trauma that we go through. There's levels to trauma, but everyone goes through some type of trauma. Even the ones that have a lot of money growing, they were born with money. All right. But most of us go through some type of trauma. So that means that we have to speak about that and get that out. Because you know what happens? It transfers to your partner, to your spouse. And you're yelling and doing all this stuff for no reason. So marriage is work. That's all I'm trying to say. Marriage is work. It's work. It's work. Okay. Don't think that it's a vacation. And it's not going to be a vacation every damn day. Okay. Never will be. Never will be. So don't expect that going in to a marriage. Don't expect vacation every day going into a marriage. Don't expect it at all, actually. I want you to go in there and act like you ain't getting no damn vacation. You know why? Because if you have high-ass expectations like that, you're going to be nitpicking every single thing that your person is doing. Oh, I expected him to do this. I expected him to do that. Stop having high expectations. There's no way. So imagine if you were the other way around and that person had high expectations of you. So let's say for a woman, that man wanted you to cook every damn day. He don't eat leftovers. I know y'all know guys like that. He don't eat leftovers. So he expects you to be in that kitchen every evening making him ask to have some dinner, right? How would you feel? And if you don't do it, he got a problem. That's what you guys are doing. Expecting all this fancy stuff. It ain't happening. So don't go into the marriage thinking stuff like that. That's how you ruin it. Because when that person doesn't deliver, you're out of there. So I want y'all to take note of that. Never go in their relationship with high expectations. Now, you have to, I'm going to go back to expressing again. You have to speak. I'm going to share the story. So, for example, my first job ever, all right? My first job ever. Well, my first corporate job at 18 years old. I went in there new to everything, right? New to working, new to the trade that I was in, all of that. And after like 2 months, I made a complaint to the manager. And what I told this manager was, I don't like that our lunches are 30 minutes. Because the job that I was doing at the time, I had to be on my feet 8 to 10 hours every single time. All right. New as hell, 18 years old, ain't never working corporate in her life. All right. I used to get paid under the table in high school. Never worked corporate in a day in my life. I'm already telling the manager, and she was a bold manager. No one really liked her either. She was terrible. I don't like that 30-minute stuff. So what I did was I expressed my concern, and then I gave her an example of why I'm saying that. My reasoning. So when you explain something to your spouse or your partner, don't just say, hey, I don't want you doing this. I don't like you doing that. Or whatever, however it is that you say it. You got to give them reason. Like, why? Because that's the next question. Why? How does it make you feel? What does it do for you? Does it destroy the way you think? Is it destroying what you're doing? Is it life-threatening to where you can't function? Okay? That's the next question someone's going to ask you. All right? So I gave her a reason. I said, because by the time I walk out of here, all right, let's say I didn't make my lunch, because I didn't make my lunch every day. By the time I walk out of here, it takes me about 15 minutes to get to where I got to go. All right, 15 minutes to get to where I go and order it and get it. Then it's going to take me another 10 minutes to drive back, go to the break room. Now I got almost 5 minutes a little over 5 minutes to eat it. And then I got to clean up. I ain't even used the bathroom yet. And then walk my behind right back to this place of work. I said, there's no way I'm doing that every day. Okay. Now, you know what she told me? She shook her head and she was like, that's a valid point. So she said, I'm not going to. So what I asked for was an hour of lunch. She did not give me the hour, but she gave us 45 minutes. Now, there's people that have been working at that place for like 8 to 12 years, and they ain't never opened their mouth. But what do? Complain. 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 Why are you not speaking about it? Why an 18-year-old got to come up in here and say, ain't no way we doing this? And this is why. This don't make sense. And I come up in there and now she's going to say, okay, I'll give you 45. Do you know the 45 made a big difference? Big difference. That story was to tell you guys, always express your concerns. Never hold your tongue. There's never a right time to say something to anyone. Never. Never a right time. You just have to figure out how you're going to deliver it, when you're going to deliver it, and what is your reason behind it. What is your reason behind those things? Give them valid points. Don't just say, oh, because it makes me feel uncomfortable. Why? Why does it make you feel uncomfortable? Try to figure out why. Because, you know, some reasons, there's things where we can't really explain it. There's time I've done that before. But that's something you got to dig up. And then ask yourself, is it reasonable? Should I even say this? And then twist it around before you even ask. Twist it around and said, hey, if that person asked me that or told me that same thing, how would I feel? You got to twist it around too. Okay? Then you deliver. That's how it goes. And then guess what? Your relationship already improved. Just by that. Excellent communication. Communication, you already know, destroys marriages. No one's talking. All they're doing is complaining, or they're going to go out there and mess around and think that they're about to find a suitable spouse or partner. Now these days, they're not even trying to do that. All it is about sex. That's it. And the thing is with that, I was just saying this to a client. When people are going out having a good time, okay, they're leaving their household from their partner and their kids, going out to be with the next person. You got to remember, don't think that these people actually love you. All right. Just think of it like if you're only going to do this specific thing and have a good time, right? You're escaping the stress, right? So you're escaping your household. So you got stress at your household because of kids. You got stress of your household because of work. You got stress from, the daily stuff, cleaning, managing the house, paying bills, getting ready for tax season. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Whatever you guys do, you guys know what I'm talking about. Just to live, okay? You actually leave all of that behind, escape it, and you go to someone who you don't share none of that with. You don't share none of it with. So the only thing you guys are going to be doing is having a good time because you just dismissed all your stressors. That's not love. That's not a relationship. That is simply just intimacy. That's it. They don't love you. They don't care about you. So stop expecting stuff like that, thinking that that person really wants to be with you. No, the hell they don't. All right? All you're going to do is have a good time because that's all y'all have to do. That's it. What else are you going to do? Y'all don't share nothing. So stepping out of your relationship is not smart. That's silly. Silly. All right? I want to share another personal experience with y'all. There was a time I was working. Now, I was 20 at this time. Still had that same energy, y'all. I don't know where I got that from. Still got that same energy. So, This time I'm working. I'm not new to the field, but I was new to that particular place, right? And I did not like that I worked every weekend. Every weekend they had me there. Meanwhile, there were people there for years. All right. I didn't like it. Now, I wasn't married and I didn't have no kids at this time at 20 years old. No. But I had a lot of time, but I didn't have a lot of time to be coming here every weekend. Not like that. I got stuff that I want to do. I'm not going to be a slave to this job. Right. So I told one of the managers, I said, hey, is there a way that we can do rotating weekends to where it's a lot of us in here? So we can actually have one person every week, right? So that means that we're only working the weekends every once a month. She goes, oh no, we can't do that. They have seniority. They're part of a union. Oh no, they're not going to agree, right? That's okay. Well, let me ask them. Oh no, this is what they said. Oh no, I have kids. You know, I can't do that. I can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. I let that go on for 8 weeks, right? Now, 8 weeks I'm already through because I already was done with working every weekend. Now I'm at this time. I'm like, nah. All right. I said, you know what? If you don't have them switch and do rotating weekends with me, I'm quitting. Now, this is my job. I'm saying this too. I'm quitting because that is not fair. But I'm saying these stories to show you express how you express. You give them the issue and you have the reason for it. And then sometimes you have to have a resolution. So my resolution was, I am quitting if y'all don't change it. Okay? In your relationship. Now, in your relationship, I'm not saying you go ahead and quit because someone's not doing stuff. All right? But you're going to give them a situation where, hey, if you're, it depends too. If it's life threatening, obviously, right? If you don't stop doing this because it's hurting me, then I'm out of here. Right? But the reason is you have to explain what's going on. Let them feel it. Let them understand it. She never budged, you guys, never budged. But she was like, no, don't quit. See, they don't want you to leave. No, don't quit. She even brought the district manager in there. No, you have to stay. You're one of our best workers, blah, 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 right? Thank you. But blah, blah is what I heard, right? I'm out of here. Make them do rotating weekends. You see how I'm staying firm to what I'm saying? A lot of you guys in a relationship, you guys would say something, right? Deliver that message well. And that person don't agree. What do? You give up. Now you on to the next person in your relationship. So that means you stepped out or you found something else to do, which means you're not involved with your partner or spouse, which means now you guys are growing apart, right? That's what guys like to say. I grew apart. Of course you're going to grow apart because you gave up. You cannot give up. You got to keep going until that person makes that change. Realistic change. Have realistic things you want them to change. All right? So, district manager says, okay, don't quit. I'm going to help you out. So, within a few, he said, I'm going to be back. District manager, he was running like 20 different places, okay? He came back at the end of the day and said, you know what? I'm going to transfer you to this place. And that place, they have rotating weekends. Oh, yeah? I was out, just like that. 3 months later, at this place that I was working at, I found out that they started doing rotating weekends. How? Why you didn't do it when I was there? Weird, right? You see how I made a difference and I wasn't even there anymore because it made sense. In your relationship, don't just sit here and ask for all of these demands. It has to be you're making a difference in the relationship. Okay? Don't just be asking for some silly nonsense. I want you to rub my feet every night because I've been working and I pushed out 10 kids for you. Ain't nobody having 10 kids. I'm dramatic. I pushed out kids for you. And I expect you to romance me. And if you don't romance me, right? No, don't do stuff like that. That's stupid. All right? Be intimate, yes, and you guys make it spicy, but don't ask for nothing silly. It has to be something that's destroying your relationship. Someone not rubbing your feet does not mean that they're destroying your relationship, okay? Those are perks. Those are incentives, okay? That is not something that someone has to do. That is not something someone has to do. All right? Remember, that's not it. So when you're in your relationship and you have children, there are more important things than rubbing someone's feet. I'm not saying that you can't rub somebody's feet. I'm not saying that it don't feel good. I'm not saying that you shouldn't deserve it, but don't expect it. Remember what I was saying earlier? Stop having high expectations of people to do whatever it is you want them to do. Have the lowest. I mean, when I say low, I mean like 1% of an expectation. You would be a lot happier. Imagine if you thought you wanted them to do something every week, about 10 things. And that person only delivered one of those 10 things. You know how mad you're going to be? You want to live like that? Stop living with these emotions. Like, live logical. That's not logical. So now you're emotional because you expected this person to do these 10 things and he only delivered one, or she only delivered one. That's not how that works. That's silly. So I say start off with no expectations. And then when they do something extravagant, be happy about that. Wow. And be appreciative. Wow, you did this for me. And then after that, the next day, go right back to, I ain't going to expect nothing. That's happy. Not happy is when you expect someone to do something, they don't do it. That's not happy. All right. So don't do that. Now, back to my story. Those people went to rotating weekends after I left. So now I was very young. Like I said, I don't know where I got this type of energy from, but I wasn't having it. Another story I want to share is how you stay committed to something. There was a time where I went to work and I was sick. Right? I went to work sick. I knew I was sick when I got up, but I still went. All right? Because I was committed to what I was doing. I went to work sick. I'm a lot older too, like I said. Now this is not, you know how when you work when you're young and you're like, oh, I'm gonna call out sick. No. I'm gonna say I was mature. How about that? Went to work. They said, oh, how about you work in the back? You're a little too sick to be up here. I said, okay. Went in the back and they see me lounging. I'm like this while I'm working. I'm doing all of this and I'm still there. I'm still working. Why? Because I was dedicated. I was loyal to what I committed to. Those are the type of traits that you have to have in your relationships. Hi, thanks for being here. All right, you brought a lot of value to that company. Yeah, I guess I did because they didn't want to see me leave. I'm just now looking at the comments, y'all. Men are logical, women are emotional. Yeah, we are. You know, a lot of us women, that's just our character trait naturally. But as women, I'm here to teach how to navigate it, how to make it where it's not going to affect others, because emotions could affect people. Imagine if I was mad every day and I came home yelling because I was pissed off at something that happened earlier. Some emotions could affect people. So this channel is to help people understand how to navigate that, make it make sense. Hi, you guys. If you are new here, please show some love. Thanks for being here and subscribe. Or if you're on, I know I have this on different platforms on Facebook. Make sure you follow my page, Dating to Marriage Support. Follow my page and like the video. Thanks for being here. Now, I have a link for anyone who is interested to call in. Okay, if you want to call in, this is singles call-in special. You do not have to be single to call in. You could call in to talk about the topics that I'm going over right now. All right, it does not have to be only singles. All right, so listen, you guys, you have to make sure that you are being committed. All right, now the story about me being sick. So after that, they actually had to dismiss me. They had to tell me to leave. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'll be all right. They're like, no, you look really sick. It's okay. We'll give you the excuse. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, let me explain something to you. When I was working, I wasn't paying bills. This is very important what I'm saying. When I was working, I was not paying bills, and I was committed like that. Normally, people are committed because they have to pay their bills. They can't afford to leave. They can't afford to leave because they won't have nowhere to stay. Their kids won't eat. I didn't have none of that. All right? And I was still committed to these people. That crazy job. If y'all want to know what it is, I used to be a pharmacy technician. To give you guys some insight, I used to be a pharmacy technician. I used to do all of that. I used to deal with these crazy behind patients, okay? And it kind of shaped me into what I am now. In New York, by the way, in New York, all right? New York, they're a little out there, but I was there in Brooklyn, okay, doing all of that. Now, what I'm trying to say is that I did not have any responsibilities. I wasn't even paying bills. I was still staying with parents, supporting me at this time. All right. And I still was committed. So when you are in these relationships, don't be committed because, right, they're just in front of you. You're like, oh, I have to do this because if I don't, they're going to complain, right? Do it because you care. I cared about that place because I came here to work. I felt if I wasn't here, I'm going to mess up something. All right? So feel like you care about the person. Take all this materialistic things out. Because when you have that in there, that's all you're going to be thinking about when you decide to do something for that person. That is not how it works. You have to actually care. How many of y'all actually care? I feel like no one cares about anybody. It has to be a reason. You have to get something out of it. No, that's not it. This is why relationships are ending. This is why relationships are ending, all right? That is not it. I want you guys to understand that. And if you are with someone who believes this, help them get out of that mindset. Do something because you care. It will be a better outcome. No matter what that person is doing, they're going to leave you if you do something wrong. If you do something wrong, they are out the door. I'm not coming back because how could you? If you decided to be with that person, especially marriage, okay, how are you going to say that? How are you going to say, oh, you did this, so I'm out of here? What are you doing? You act like you're the only person that's doing things right. Are you the only person that's doing things right in your relationship? Like this person right here? Was she the only person doing something right? Hell nah, she was not. And I'm going to always bring the example of her having intimacy once a week with her husband. Single people have more intimacy than that. Really? No. Like Misery Loves Company says, We lack trust today. Exactly. We lack a lot of trust. How are you going to go in a relationship like this and think that this person is supposed to do everything for you and you don't even care about them? All you care about is the materialistic things around them. And if they don't deliver, you're out the door. That is not loyalty. You see how you guys like to have pets, right? Y'all loyal to some pets. Y'all love them pets. And she worried about the remote. Right? Y'all love y'all some pets. Y'all loyal to that thing. And them dogs, them pets, especially dogs, they're loyal. That's why people get them. That's sad. People are getting pets because they can't find that same energy from a damn dog in their person that they're with. That's sad. How about you guys look at dogs and pets and see how loyal they are? See how loyal they are. Really? Don't expect nothing from nobody. Act like they don't have to give you a dime, a thing, energy, nothing. You'll be a lot happier. Treat your relationships like you treat your job. Materialistic things will attract women, and sometimes you have to have them to get their attention. Yeah? How many of you guys in the chat or whoever's watching had to show and flash all this stuff just to get a woman to look your direction? Even if you cute, you still got to flash. That's ridiculous. It's either these women want to be in relationships or they don't. And if they do, why they acting like they don't? I don't get that. You want a man, but the man come to get you and you already like, look at the shoes he's wearing. What brand is that? Like, listen, I don't know if I could curse on here. Y'all know I'm new to this live, but I'm so glad you guys are with me and helping my channel grow, because we in here. Catch me on my lives. I am going to be doing this as much as I can, but I'm trying to stay committed to these Fridays. I might have to do it later, but I'm so glad you guys are sticking with me. Hi, Demetrius. Okay, you're saying relationships nowadays ain't worth it anymore. My mental health is paramount. Yes. Mental health. You guys, mental health is so important. So important. But a lot of us are already in relationships. But before you get into one, you must look up mental health and the phases of it. I did a video about this. If I could pull it up on here, I would. Listen, I don't want y'all to see me digging in my phone. I will have it ready for you guys because we're going to talk about mental health. That was actually one of the things in my lives I wanted to discuss. Mental health. How many people are hurting and no one gives a damn? They expect you to do this and do that. Meanwhile, you're out there miserable. No one gives a damn. Do you understand a person's mental health? The way they get better is the people around them. So if they see a lot of people don't give a damn, it's going to make their situation worse. Do y'all get that? Do y'all understand that? Because they're going to have to do it on their own, which they should, right? Have the responsibility to help themselves, of course. But the people around them makes it worse if they don't give a damn. You have to help encourage. Mental health is hard to fix yourself. Sometimes you have to have support. Sometimes you have to have support. Because if you don't, some things is like, well, why should I do it? No one's even looking at me. Right? For the ones in there, having those issues. Okay? It's hard. For the ones who have those issues, it's hard. And for the people who don't understand and they're expecting things from you, out. Pull that. Don't be with them. You can't be with people like that. That's when the snap situations come in fact. We don't need that. We need to stay happy and have a purpose. And sometimes our purpose is our family, but for the ones who don't have family, you still have a purpose. So don't give up. Never give up. You always have a purpose. All right. Misery Love Company says, real talk, I used to stay away from these women. If you want to keep a woman like this around, y'all go ahead. Or a woman like Megan Good, y'all can go right ahead. Because that's going to destroy your lifestyle. Y'all, do you guys know the people that you choose will destroy your whole life? Or destroy some of it? Because you're still going to have to deal with the residual of it. Think about this one right here, right? She's divorced. So, all right, she happy as hell right now. All right. I'm going to let this run. She happy as hell right now. But what about Corey? So, all right, he'll find him another woman. It's easier for men to find women. People probably been looking at him anyway. So he going to find another woman. He going to get married and he going to have some more kids, right? Let's say he does that. Right? You know what the residual is? Residual means that he still has to co-parent. He still has to what? Be there for his kids, of course. And he still has to deal with that one. That's residual. Who wants that? So if y'all want to keep women like this around and women like Megan Good, y'all could go right ahead. But understand, it's going to ruin your life and you're going to have residuals walk like all over the place. Dealing with people like that, got to talk to this girl every damn day to talk about y'all kids. No one wants to do that. We're doing it, right? We're doing it. But who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? If you have poor mental health, how can you be in a relationship? I'm going to read this again from Hit Show Podcast. I want you guys to go find his page and subscribe. I think he is going to be calling in soon. All right. If you have poor mental health, how can you be in a relationship? Exactly. How do you even think to be in a relationship? You got to get yourself together. How are you going to uplift somebody if you can't uplift yourself? You're expecting people to make you happy. I said earlier that people contribute to it. But I didn't say that that's the only source of happiness. You have to fix I'm not saying you got to be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect getting into a relationship. But you got to fix some of it. Go seek a little therapy. Therapy is good. Find the right person. I ain't saying go and spill your whole life out to someone who don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Always find people with experience. Like me. I'm out here, right, talking. Y'all catching up with me on this live. But I'm only speaking from experience and observation. I learned from observation. I learned through my experiences. So I could come on here and talk. And I'm married. And I have kids. And I'm a family who had a divorce. That was me. All right? I was from a family who got a divorce. I was a kid that had to have step parents and everything. That was me. I've been through all of that. As the child. I'm speaking through my experience, you guys. I'm seeing what's around here. And a lot of this stuff is to me unacceptable. Throwing in the towel early. You shouldn't throw in the towel at all unless it's life-threatening. All right? What those vowels say? What they say? All right? Y'all need to go read that again. Because people are divorcing for anything now. And then they're destroying lives. Yeah, we all gonna be okay, right? That's what someone said in my chat. Of course, we're gonna survive, but it's gonna be harder. Now that's creating poor mental health because now we got to deal with all of this residual stuff when then it didn't have to be there. But no one's thinking about that. They think about themselves. Like this girl right here, Tia. Did she think about her kids when she did that? Because you know what I'm going to say next, right? Who about to be the stepdaddy? Because I know she getting married. She going to try to get married again. Who's going to be the stepdaddy? And are you going to trust that stepdaddy? How are you? First of all, how many situations where kids are getting neglected? How many situations where kids are getting neglected? And y'all out here already, let me go find a stepdad. Ain't too many good step parents out there. And y'all think I'm about to find another person? Hello, the dating world is trash. Who are you about to find to replace the person that you married? It is not that easy. Because not only do you have to find a person that is good for you, you have to find the person that is good for your children. So does she actually care about her kids? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Because she think she about to go out there and find her a goddamn stepdad that is not only going to be good to her, but be good to her damn kids. Where in what world? That is not like a high probability. There are crazy people out here, and you're putting your children at risk, and you're putting yourself at risk, and you're putting your ex-husband at risk because that's their father. So if anything happens, it's going to happen to not only you and them, him. But you care? That's not caring. Understand what I'm saying. Y'all probably like, damn, no one can get a divorce. That's what she's saying. That don't make sense. What about her mental health? Let me find this comment because I was trying to explain this to this girl on my page, okay? Because she was going in on me. Well, she thought she was. All right. Listen, I want y'all to go follow my TikTok, Dating to Marriage, and I want you to come on this post. And I want y'all to read these comments. While I find this comment, first of all, they going in on me, y'all. Y'all like, damn, why she saying that people can't get a divorce? Is she out of her mind? Right? A lot of y'all like, she crazy. All right, I found the comment. Look, she goes, throw this post away, LOL. Stay a little longer, huh? She went as long as she could. Stand a marriage unhappy before you judge one. Please. She told me, right? Whatever. So I told her, why? If you guys are on TikTok, how come when you go on here, it's not in order? Listen. Okay, I don't even know. Listen, this is what I said. I said, pick a man that won't do that. Pick a man that has 80% of your needs. Let me explain that comment. I'm going to say it again. Pick a man that won't do that because she's saying people change, right? Okay, change is good. Everybody's going to change. I'm not saying people don't change. People are going to change, but people need to change to excel, enhance. Y'all shouldn't be going like this when you change. The hell? Does that make sense to you? You need to be going like this. As you get older, go up. So pick a man that has 80% of your needs, you guys. What that means is don't expect you to find 100% of a partner, because you ain't gonna find that ever. You're not gonna find 100% on what you want. Because if that's the case, we should be able to create our partner on a database and be like, I want them to be this height, this color eyes, this color hair, this complexion. I want them to have this job, right? We pick it on our database. Remember Sims? Y'all played that back in the day? You know how we built our people? The name, we built the legacy. We built everything. The house, all that. The wife, husband, creating kids. Like, that was my damn game. We ain't Sims. You ain't picking what you want because it ain't there. You're not creating it, is what I mean. It's not there. That's not realistic. So find you 80% of what you want, because 80% is there. Y'all just got to look past all that. Look at his shoes. Or for men, some of you guys be looking past women too. Y'all be like, what her mama look like? Right? I don't know about that. Or I don't know, some women that is, men say, are not as cute. Okay. But that could be the one for you. Because if you get someone that's real cute, she might not have those qualities. So you still have to look and dissect. All right. So she goes, what? Listen, I don't even know what's in order here. All right. She goes, I would never stay with someone unhappy just because my life isn't threatened. Because remember, I say only stay with someone, only divorce if it's life threatening. And I'm going to keep saying it. And that's what I believe. And I said what I said. All right. Only divorce if it's life threatening, because that's what you guys signed on the dotted line. I want whoever's married or about to get married, read that. This is not for play. If you are not able to handle it, don't get married. So she's asking me, would you rather be miserable with someone who doesn't let you be you? First of all, why would I get with someone who won't let me be me? Let's start from there. Are y'all picking good? Because obviously this girl has been hurt. She's saying, they won't let you be you. I ain't gonna be with someone that ain't gonna let me be me. All right? Why would I do that to myself? Why would I do that to myself? Who am I gonna be with? They gonna let me be me? I guess I ain't gonna be with you then. Learn that from the beginning. How y'all picking people and you can't even be yourself? Red flag. Hell nah. So that's your fault. All right? That's your fault. So when she said people change, like I said, this is not in order. I'm trying to figure it out. So when she said people change, I told her only fools change for the worse. Take a risk and pick good. It will be okay. She says she took the risk and left. She damn sure did take that damn risk. Because what I said earlier, how you gonna find you a good stepdaddy, Tia? Unless you just gonna not be married or something like that and choose not to get married until your kids are grown. But hello. You got a young ass little girl. So you telling me that you gonna be single until she 18? Yeah, right. You are gonna have to find you a man. You are not going to be single that long with that young ass little kid. Who is doing that? So you risking. Oh yeah, she risking, all right. She risking to sit here and think she about to find a man that's not gonna be neglectful. Who is doing that? Now, if you're new to the channel, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. If you are on my Facebook page, please follow and like the page, Dating to Marriage Support. If you are on my YouTube, please subscribe and show me some love. I will always be doing lives, and I'm going to be doing it more coming up soon. Also, show some love and get the likes up. If you have not liked the video already, please like this video. All right. Thank you so much. Now, who in their right mind think that there's a stepdaddy that's good? There are good men out there, but who has a good step parent? How many of y'all got good step parents? Yeah, act like that's easy to find. Because when you get that divorce, you separate in the family. I don't give a damn if Corey sees his damn kid every damn day. They don't live with him no more. It ain't the same. And I don't know how many of you had that happen to you, but it happened to me. And I'm going to tell you, it ain't the damn same. All right? Y'all sitting out here, you see how young she is? That girl's 4. She's so impressionable right now. Now she ain't living with her daddy. She gonna be waiting for a stepdaddy. How many good stepdaddies out there? Because according to y'all, them niggas is they are definitely retiring and they're going to get their passports and they're leaving. Right? That's what the talk of the town is now. Ain't no more stepdaddies. You ain't heard that, Tia, and people like her? That girl wasn't dying. It wasn't life-threatening. What'd I say? If it ain't life-threatening, then I guess you shouldn't be doing it. Look at your vows. What your vows say? Keep that energy that you had when you got married to a guy that you claimed didn't have that much money. You was the breadwinner. So that's why this whole thing surprised me. Because I was like, wow, who actually marries a man that don't have that much money? That's unheard of. And then she's the breadwinner. That means she has to go to work. And she got to have kids. And she got to do that. I mean, he got money now. I'm just saying at the time. So I'm very surprised to hear that she actually threw in or unplugged. Okay. She pulled the plug. I'm so surprised. And then she thinks she about to find her a man. Where? Where are they doing that? I be looking at the mama. Like y'all dudes be looking at the mom. Y'all like, you look at that mother over there. I don't know about that one. Y'all dudes be so like detailed. Like, you know how you gotta be detail oriented at work? Y'all put that on y'all woman. Like, she gotta have this, she gotta have that. Like the littlest things that who's thinking about it? Damn, there's some guys that say, oh, her ears are too big. Like, who cares? Your ears are too big. I don't like the way her cheeks are settling. When I say, listen, y'all guys gotta stop. But anyway, pick better. I ain't talking about the looks. Looks are a plus, yes. If your person look good, you know, I would say you're winning. But that does not mean that the person that is not as attractive, you can't win. because some of these people, and I don't want to throw in what looks good and what doesn't. That is between you and that person. All right? It's whatever you think look good. Because people could think that I look good, but then the other half could think I'm not cute. Like, that don't even matter. That's not what you should be thinking about. Think about all the quality traits that you need to be looking for. So you could wean out women like this one. All right? Y'all need to wean that out. And you know how you wean that out? Before you even get married, you need to be putting this person to work, meaning see, on my other live, I was saying test, and some of y'all wasn't liking that. Before you get into a relationship, all right, you need to test. So let me rephrase what I actually meant. I believe before you get into you're going to be testing in a relationship. All right. But before you get into that relationship, so you could wean out these spoiled apples, you need to test while you're dating. You need to make sure that this person is suitable to live a long-lasting life with you. If they're not able to, I'm going to put this slide up again. These are the things you guys need to look for. If they're not listening to you, throw them out. If they're not observing, meaning if you are going through a bad day and they don't know, and they're sitting here wanting you to do all this stuff, throw them out. If they're not valuing you, throw them out. If they don't express and they're always trying to hide it and not talk about it and then they explode, throw them out. They have to have those qualities. You guys, they have to have those qualities. That is what sustains a relationship. That is like the basis. Look, my line is not straight. That don't even look right. Y'all know what I mean. You got to have the foundation. The foundation. Just like when y'all baking a damn cake, before you put the icing on, you need the foundation. Related to food, related to work, it's all the same. You have to find these qualities. If these people that you guys are dating don't have them, I guess they not the one. I don't care how good they look. And I don't care how much money they make. I don't care how much money they make. If they don't have those qualities, throw them out. And when I speak, I am speaking from experience. You would never hear me come out my mouth and say something I don't know. I would never do that. And I don't do that. I've never done it. I don't operate like that. And for the ones who sit here giving advice and you ain't got no experience, or your relationship failed and supposedly it was your fault, but you sitting out here giving people advice. No, I'm married. You got whoever's new to this channel. All right, I'm gonna give you a mini introduction. I am married. I've been married since I was 25 years old. My priorities were to get married at a younger age. 25 is the goal I actually set for myself, and it actually happened. I'm still shocked to this day. The goal I set for myself at the age of 19 years old. All right? Through my experience, I was like, yeah, I think 25 is it. It happened. Because I had certain things that I was looking for, and I wasn't settling. And if you ain't have it, I ain't with you. Money or not. You could be, listen, I was in the industry. Look, I'm not in that no more. I don't do that. Look, I'm laid back. I'm back here. All right. I was in the industry. I still to this day, people that I grew close with, I still see on TV to this day. I am not in the industry anymore. I was around people with money. I don't care how much money you have. If you don't have those qualities, we not doing a damn thing. Because you know what I want? I want a long-lasting life of happiness. Because people with money, they have certain requirements too. And if you don't go, by that, I mean, you're not going to be happy with that person. That's not a real regular life. Unless you want to live like that. Ain't nothing wrong with being with a person with money. I ain't saying that. But y'all got to be choosing what you want and what you could deal with and what you can handle. And if you don't have those qualities, we not rocking. That's how some of you guys need to be. Y'all need to be like that. Y'all should be rocking with people. If they ain't listening to you, they ain't observing you, they're not valuing you, and they're not expressing anything. Don't be with people like that. All right? Now, listen. Listen, you guys. If you are new to this channel, I want you to make sure that you are hitting that like button. Hit that like button and make sure if you are new, please subscribe. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Yes. So this is how it works. If you want to call in, make sure that you have. I'm not doing icons. All right. I ain't doing that. You got to have a video. Unless I know you, that's the only way I'm going to have talk to someone with an icon. All right. I want you guys to make sure that you have a video clear if you're going to be in this video. I do this every Friday. So if you don't make it to this one, I'm going to do it again and make sure that you are here with a clear camera. Now I see somebody in the queue. Now, do you have a video? Because that is not a video. Adonis, do you have a video? And if you do, please put it on. If not, I will not be adding you to this live stream. Okay, this person is playing videos. All right, listen. All right, okay, so look. So if you guys agree with Tia Mowry, I know I made a poll about this earlier. Let me go look at it. I wanted people to vote on this. I wanted people to vote on this. I said, do you believe Tia Mowry's divorce was genuine due to Corey's negligence, or she was wrong and played him? So, do you believe Tia's divorce was genuine due to Corey's negligence, which means it was life-threatening, or she was wrong and played him? 83% of the people said it's not fair. 17% of people said that it's fair. So, majority is they believe that she played him. Why? Because all that stuff that we seen that she showcased it. Okay, the person into this, I cannot let you on because I do not know who it is. And I see you're playing games. All right, so I'm going to remove you. All right. All right, there we go. Trolls, be on here. Be on here hard. That was clever. That person was playing videos for me to watch. I was being entertained, y'all. But anyway, I was being very entertained. But gotta go, gotta go. I don't play games, all right? We're not here to play games. We're here to make a difference. We're here to make a difference. All right, someone says she wanted to be at 304. Yep. I think that's what she wants to do, because what she's doing is she's posting a lot to get attention. That's what she's doing. She needs to transfer that energy into helping herself. All right, because no one should be that happy after divorce. I don't care, like, unless it was life-threatening. And I know y'all tired of hearing me say that word, but I'm serious. You need to like rethink of the things that you've done. Like, wow, did I make a really good decision? Am I gonna be able to find the stepdad for my kids? Is he gonna be good to my children? Is he gonna neglect my children, especially my little girl? Is she rethinking what she did, or is she having fun? Is she having fun? How you having fun right now? How you having fun right now? Your ex-husband, it has to be on a schedule to see his children. Because I know you ain't gonna want to see him every day. I know that's not the arrangement you're gonna have with this man, is to see him every day. You not trying to see him every day. That means that he's gonna be on a schedule, and how you roll with your once a week of intimacy. All right, we already know what kind of schedule you about to have for this man. So why you not putting in this energy to find a suitable person? All right. Why you not looking to have putting on this energy to have a suitable person? Because going on social media, getting attention, you're gonna get the wrong person. That's not how you find anybody. If you want to find someone, you gotta put in work. It's the little things that add up. Now I'm late to this these comments. Now I gotta think about why you said that. So yeah, the little things that add up. Obviously, if a person is doing something intentionally, of course. Like, if that's what you're talking about. See, I just looked at it really late. But I'm going to speak on it on a negative sense. If you're in a relationship and you hear someone complaining all the time, I'm going to talk to the men right now. If your woman is complaining that you are always on that video game, yes, I'm going to go there. You always on the video game. You are spending no time with them, because you got other important things to do, which is be on that damn video game. Every day this woman is complaining. So what are you going to do about that? Are you going to continue to play on your video game? Is that something that you should be doing? Or should you say, I don't want to hear this every day, so let me go make a difference. How about I help y'all out? Because the ones who's on that video game, I don't think y'all understand. A woman is going to be pissed off every damn day, and then you're going to expect her to do all this stuff for you, but you're not even giving her the time of the day. So let me help you guys out. Try this out. I want y'all to play y'all video game. Play it. But so if you play the game for 3 hours, right? After work, why isn't the 3 hours you don't have your woman in that? Because playing the game and talking to her, look, I'm typing. Playing the game and you're talking to her, or you're playing the game and eating, or playing the game and trying to entertain. No, you need to put that down for an hour. Or if you want to do 2 hours, because she's gonna play, you play the game more than you hang out with me. All right, give your woman some time. Oh, I see her every day. She's too needy. Women are needy. Okay, so if you want to be in a relationship, understand that you're gonna be with women that are needy. There's levels to it. Women want to talk to you in the morning. They want to talk to you at work. They want to talk to you while you're driving home from work, and they want to talk to you when you get home. That's just how it is. So if you're not able to handle that, then I think you need to rethink what you're trying to do, or mentally prepare yourself and understand that your time is valuable, not just to you, but to the woman that you choose to be with. And I want you to be able to give that woman that time, because women are emotional, right? She's going to feel that you don't want to be with her. And you know what that's going to cause? That's going to cause for her to go be busy doing something else. And I'm not talking about she stepped out, but she's going to find something to do in the house. All right. You don't want a whole bunch of unnecessary exploring, because some people don't know what to do when they're, when they're with you. They don't know what to do. So they get into unnecessary exploring. And now you're going to be like, damn, why are you acting like that? Because she's sitting there watching Love and Hip Hop. She doing binge watching on Love and Hip Hop because you ain't spending time with her. You could watch Love and Hip Hop. I ain't saying that. Listen, I be watching Safari, or I hear about Eric. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop right now, but I used to. But that wasn't a priority. Like, I had to watch it, and that's my life. Like, some women really look up to these Love and Hip Hop women. Okay, you don't want your woman exploring into Love and Hip Hop, and she binge watching. You know how many seasons they have? Love and Hip Hop is old. I don't even watch that no more, and I still see Safari and Erica Mena and Yandy and Mendici and all that. They still up there. So she's gonna explore watching Love and Hip Hop while you on that game, and she's gonna sit here and get ways from Erica Mena, and you're gonna look at her and be like, "Why you acting like that?" She ain't gonna know. She is not gonna know. So understand, men, always give your woman time. Like, I don't know why that has to be begged. I don't care if you see her 24/7. Have your time to yourself. And women, men need time for themselves, because you know what they're doing? They out there working and all of that. And they need time to regroup. So if the man want to play the damn video game, let him. But men, remember to give the woman time, either before or whatever. All right. So I have a caller. Let me add you to the stream.
Thank you so much. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Great, great. I'm loving this show. I've been watching for about an hour, and I'm really enjoying this show.
Thank you. I can't believe I've been on here that long just talking.
No, you're not just talking. You're making a good points on all your topics, and I mean, especially when you're talking about the marriage and being open and the vows. I mean, that really meant something to me when you saying that. And when you were talking about the vows, I think it went over a lot of people's head, because they're not understanding what you meant is when you read those vows, you say those vows when you get married, it's not for you to just to recite the vows. You're
Right.
supposed to apply them to your marriage.
That's it.
Because you said people give up so easily. I don't like this. I'm just gonna get a divorce. No. Through sickness and the health, through thick and thin, all of that, the trials and tribulations. And that really stuck with me. And people don't understand that nowadays. They just get married, just to say, hey, I'm married. This person is financially secure. This woman makes me feel good. But it's more to than that. Marriage is a whole lifestyle that most people aren't ready for.
That's it. They ain't ready for it.
Exactly. So you made a lot of good points. And then you was talking about the mental health. People don't even get their mental health cleared before they go to the next relationship. And they're taking all this trauma to the next relationship and then taking that trauma to the next relationship. And every relationship is more and more trauma because they haven't checked their mental health and took a break and just been to their self for a while.
Yeah, that's it. You hit that hard right there. That is it.
That's because I've been listening to you. You've been making some excellent points.
Thank you. It's
Yes.
the truth, though. It's the truth.
And the thing is, the people that are your viewers that are watching, you're a married woman yourself, right? So you have experience in being a wife, right? You know what your duties are. You know what your husband's duties are. You know it's not the easiest thing in the world. You know it's a separate job from your regular job. Marriage is a job, but it's also a lifestyle, and you have to make adjustments. And by you being an actual married woman, you're not being a hypocrite. You're trying to enlighten the men and women both what to do to make their marriage work. And a lot of people, if they apply this in their relationships, then they will get to the next level. But honestly, most people that get married are divorced within the first couple years because they don't even get to know each other, go through their premarital counseling. I believe if you're going to marry somebody, you should live with them for at least 2 years first and actually
Thank
get to know.
you. Yes.
You don't know the person. You can be a best friend with somebody for 30 years and live with them for 2 months and hate them because you didn't know them.
Yo, I was just saying that. I'm so glad you said that because I said this day, if you don't live with that person, you're gonna put yourself in a terrible situation because you're not gonna know. The people who are behind that closed door, you ain't never gonna see it because the door closed. Open that junk, get a key, and live with them.
Exactly. That's the only way you get to know them.
Yep.
And that's why I think a lot of people marriages don't work. They don't live together long enough. If it's not working in a relationship, it's not going to work in the marriage.
They
You know what I'm
They
saying?
think kids gonna help it out. Oh, let me have a kid by him.
But you know, I'll be honest, men do the same thing though. Not just women. Men think, okay, if we have a kid, that's going to make things better. No, it makes it worse because now you're bringing in a whole nother human being into a toxic situation. So now y'all not just fighting over relationship, y'all fighting over the kid. Well, if we break up, who's gonna be around my kid? When do I get to see my kid? How much I gotta pay? You know what I'm saying? You bring in a whole nother human being and a whole another level of toxicity into an already toxic relationship.
They just don't understand that. They think like having a kid is supposed to smooth things over because it's just a little baby and the baby's so cute. But you're right, it's gonna make it worse because y'all relationship is already jacked up. So first of all, what are you gonna be teaching these kids? Because you can't teach them how to keep a happy relationship, can you? You're gonna teach them nothing but negativity, arguing, emotional, anger. And then that kid is gonna grow up doing the same thing.
Exactly. And the thing is, people don't understand this. When you bring in children into it and y'all feuding, that affects the children as well. That affects their mental. They pay attention to all that. Kids get depressed. And a lot of times as adults, we don't understand how that affects the children that are in the household when we're bickering, going back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't understand that. You know, I've seen people, and I don't believe in this, when they're cheating and messing around, they'll take the kids around the person they cheating with, which is crazy to me.
No, don't do that.
I've seen it like that. You bringing the kids into it?
What? Damn. So you already showing them how it got to that point and then how to do it. Like this what we do. Wow. So these kids are already learning wrong. So of course, when you get into a relationship, it's gonna be like jacked up already.
It is. And that's the thing. I understand nobody wants to be lonely. Hell, none of us do. But at the same time, you have to have some type of peace in your life. And if you can't provide peace to the other person, you shouldn't be willing to be in a relationship with somebody that you can't provide some type of peace and comfort. If you can't bring anything positive, then you shouldn't even try to be with that person.
You know, people, to piggyback off that, people
Go
actually
ahead.
like to complain more than appreciating. So when they come home from work or wherever they coming home from to or whatever, they gonna sit here and be like, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? You was supposed to, simple as, take out the trash. And now they already in a negative mood over
Mhm.
some stupid ass trash. Yeah, the shit stink. But it's trash. That's not even nothing to do with you and them. So they coming in already just hitting them hard. Ain't no peace in that.
And the thing is, in relationships, that's you know consistent, for 2, 3. Oh, sorry about that. 2, 3, 4, 5 years going into a marriage. Once you're with somebody for so long, you're going to start nitpicking about things like the trash, like you said. It could be something small. I left my pants on the floor, and I'm stepping over your clothes every day. I walk in the room, I got to step over your clothes to get to the bed. So
Yeah.
small thing, people understand that. The dishes are dirty. The dishes are every time I go in the kitchen, the dishes are dirty. So that's another argument, and it
Mm-hmm.
adds up and adds up and adds up and more toxic. Then we're gonna have a baby, and then you bring the baby into it. You know what I'm saying? So people just, when they're in that arguing mode and nitpicking, tick for tack,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to either go to counseling and figure out, is it worth it? Do we stay together or do we need to separate? And I
Right.
think a lot of people drag out their bad relationships so they don't be so because they don't want to be alone.
That's a good point. They would drag it out. They won't do what Tia Mori's doing. She's like, I ain't doing that. Who knows exactly
Right.
the reasons? But she threw in. She took unplugged, okay? But people are like, nah, I'm not doing that. We're gonna stick through it with all the negativity. But then
Right.
instead of like, all right, you can stick through it all you want to. Well, if you're not gonna work on your relationship, why are you sticking?
Right.
That sounds like you need
Exactly.
to leave it.
Well,
Or work on it.
she might have been the person that in the marriage say, you know what, I've been behind closed doors. They were married for how long? What you said, 13 years,
Yep,
14 years?
14 years. Yep.
You never know. She might have been the person the first 10 years kept working and working and working, trying to work on it. And maybe he stopped at the 5th year, but she felt like there was still hope in their marriage. And
Mm-hmm.
then finally one day, maybe she just felt like, you know what, it's just not working. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the other person can give up. And if one person is still trying to make it work, it's gonna fold.
Yeah.
So that could have been, but they were married for 14 years. So she had a successful marriage. You know what I'm saying? Most marriages don't last over 2 years. So they
Yeah.
had a successful marriage if it lasted that long. You
Yeah.
know?
That's a good point. For sure. It's just that, to me, if they were able to last that long, they should have just stuck it out, because obviously they weren't miserable for 14 years. Who was doing that? That means
Well,
that something was working.
well, or you just used to that person. You don't want to get used to somebody else, because you have to think, when we get comfortable with people. I know usually when if I get comfortable with a woman, I don't want to go try to get comfortable with somebody else, because then you got to start all over. You got to get to know their likes, they dislikes, what they like, what they don't like. It's a
Yeah.
lot of different things. And when you with somebody for so long, you know everything about them. You're
Yeah.
just comfortable.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is true.
And then now she has to be single and uncomfortable, and now she got to get used to another man, and she got kids, probably. I don't know if she does, but if she does, then when she gets serious with this man, now she has to introduce her children to this new man. And now her ex-husband, he might say, hey, I don't want a new man around my children. And then here comes the toxic stuff. Well, I want to be happy, and the kids want to be around him. You know what I'm saying? And it's so much. Then they have to fight over custody, child support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a lot on both of their mental.
It is. So it's like they would have been better off together, right?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I know you married, and I always say this. Sometimes it's better to be alone, because if that's where you find your peace at, you might just have to be alone, because there's nothing like coming home and having peace.
Mm-hmm.
The one place in this world you should have peace is in your home.
Yeah. That's
And
it.
if you don't have that, they probably didn't have peace. You know, that's one thing. I've seen people that's married, some of my friends, mother and father married for 30 years, go over their house and they sleep in different bedrooms.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there, and it's not a good feeling. They're not living in peace.
Yeah.
They're just still married because we've been together so long and we're comfortable and we know each other. You know? So I hope she finds her peace.
But the thing is, a lot of the reasons why people don't have peace is because they're not working to strive for the peace. They gave up. One person gives up and the other person gives up, and then they get comfortable. So that's why I'm trying to say people need to stop doing that. Learn from it, like learn from these celebrities, because what she's doing is putting herself at a bigger risk. So learn how to have peace by working together and figuring it out. And that's the only way I think it should work.
Well, the thing is, though, they might have tried to find peace within each other, and they just couldn't. It was something. If you're married that long,
Mm-hmm.
if you're married that long for 14 years, you get divorced. I'm going to be honest. It was probably some infidelity somewhere. Because otherwise than that, if you're married that long, what's the point of getting divorced? It had to be some cheating.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that's how it usually goes. Because for two people to be together that long, they know everything about each other, right? So 14 years, you can't tell me that. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I'm walking in my house.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm sorry for the dark light. I apologize. You cannot tell me that y'all just got divorced because you're not in love, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just think of the risk. You're married that long. If you get divorced, you got to divide up your assets. You got to divide up your children. You got to move to a new place. No, it had to be infidelity. It had to be, because people can stay married for 30 years and not love each other, but they're just used to each other. And I always say this, marriage ain't about love.
No,
It's
exactly.
about generational wealth, making families, building businesses. It ain't got nothing to do with love, because the thing about love fades. You might not love this person for 40 years. I don't believe that. Just because you marry somebody, you're not going to love that person for 40, 50 years. So it had to be infidelity. Somebody had to be cheating.
Well, so I know some people who divorced and it wasn't because of infidelity. And they've been married 15 plus years. Okay.
How many years?
Yeah. So I would say like a majority of people, I think that's what it would be. Now, she's probably not saying it because she doesn't, let's say he did cheat, because having intimacy once a week, he probably did. But
that's how marriage is sometimes. I was married before, and I'll be honest. Can I be honest on your show?
Don't be honest. Just don't say nothing too crazy.
Okay.
So the stream could stay on here. Okay.
Understood. On my show, we unfiltered, but since your show, I'm not gonna get too crazy. Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna experience that on Sunday.
All right.
What I will say, as a married man, when I was married, and this is the God's honest truth, at all times, women control when you have access to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me being a married man, because I used to drink a lot, go out to the bar, having a ring on my finger, got me so much play outside of my home, it was ridiculous.
With the ring on your finger?
I swear to God.
That's weird.
I could go buy a fake wedding ring, go to the bar, I'll get more attention with the ring on my finger than not having it on there.
Now, my husband actually says this, and I'm like, he been saying, I'm like, that don't make sense. Like, why would someone that have a ring get more attention? I don't get that.
Because women look at you like you're a secure man, for one. And women like the fact that you have a woman. I get more play from women when I have a woman than when I'm single.
Wow.
Women love that. Women will try to come over, stay the night. Why I got a woman, but when I ain't got one, you don't want to come over here. But when I got one, you want to do everything.
Wow.
And they challenge you just to see if they could do it.
They trying to still, so I get with the competition. A lot of women are always competing.
Yes,
Who
they
has
are.
That's this? Why he with her? What's she doing? I could do it better. So in
Exactly.
that standpoint, I could get it. But that's cringy. Like what?
But I could be a complete jerk and you don't know it, but you just seeing just because I got a woman, okay, there's something about you she likes, so I like you. But no, you don't know what she likes, or she might just be there just because, I'm paying for everything. I could be a complete jerk, you don't know what type of person. You just know I got a woman, so now you're interested just because I got a woman.
That's
And
deep. That's crazy deep.
Yeah.
But I mean, so that means that men shouldn't wear their wedding rings outside then? If they want to. Okay.
No, I'm against that. If you're married, you shouldn't hide that you're married. I don't believe in that. I think if you are married, you should wear your ring everywhere to show that you are taken, because you're also showing other women that, hey, I'm taken, and that's another woman's territory. Because see, me, I think I take marriage seriously what I do now. I didn't when I was married.
Okay. But you learn, you live and learn. That's the point.
And the thing is, nowadays, me being online and talking to people like you that are married and other people, you give marriage a more positive perspective. A lot of people give marriage a negative. And you're probably one of the few women actually married that get on here and talk positively about marriage and how to actually give women and men perspectives on how to be better in their relationships and marriage. And a lot of women get on here just to bash mostly men and give women misinformation. Because I listen to your show and you give a balance of information, which is awesome, because you're actually going to help people online when they listen to your show. Now, I heard the one lady trying to go in on your comments. I was listening. For people like that, you're always going to get somebody ignorant.
Yeah.
Who, whenever you speak facts and whenever you speak intelligently about your experience and how to be better in a marriage, are going to think you're crazy just because they can't think logically,
They don't want to. I think they don't want to. They just want to complain about something because they bored, or I don't get it. I'm not.
Or they're miserable with the person they're with, and they see you being a positive person. You're actually happy in your marriage. And be honest with you, a lot of women that watch your show probably don't like the show because they say, why is she so happy in her marriage? Who she thinks she is giving us this advice, talking about we need to be more logical and less emotional, and that's all this other stuff. Yeah, she right, because sometimes even men think emotional or act emotional, because they're humans. Most of the time, men are logical, but men get emotional too because we're human beings, right? Yep. So I feel like men and women are allowed to act emotional, but your final decision when it comes to decision making should be logical. It shouldn't be emotional.
There you go.
But we're all human. We all have emotions and feelings, and you have the right, like you said, to express your feelings. I've been listening to your show.
I see, because that's what I was saying. Like, and another thing, men and women show emotions differently.
Exactly.
So another thing, like I said, my channel is to kind of explain both sides, because me and my husband talk all the time. So I'm able to get a real man's perspective. And when I hear him say stuff, I hear other men saying the same thing. Like how you just said about the ring, wearing the ring, you get more attention. I've heard that, know. So I'm married to a man that's logical, and he explains stuff to me all the time. I listen to you, hear people like you, people like, just like y'all all are kind of like the same for the most part. I'm just gonna say it like that. Most of you logical men, good men are similar. Y'all saying the same stuff. So because I've been hearing this for so long, all right, even on Kevin Samuels, I know a lot of women don't like him, but I used to watch his show, all right? Him too. It's all the same stuff. So
Yeah.
I want to share
Okay.
for a woman's perspective, married woman's perspective, on what you guys are actually trying to say. How do you guys feel? Because you guys' feelings matter too.
Gotcha.
And understand that men are going to show emotions differently. Some men show emotions with anger.
Exactly.
Like, that's probably one of the main things.
As long as it's not anger towards another person. Okay. So for example, say if I'm angry, right? Say with my anger, I want to go drink. But when I go drink, I just drink to ease my mind. And maybe I play pool or, whatever. Maybe I go down to the casino and gamble. Everybody's different. But if you have an anger to where you get physical, then that's a problem. Or, some men, they get mad, they go to the gym, they go work out. But this is what I want to tell all the ladies, okay? When you see your dude getting angry, and every time he's angry, he leaves and goes to the gym or go play basketball, let him get off that steam, right? You don't want him in the house angry. When he's trying to get his anger out of him, you should let him. Let him, because it could turn into something really bad, And sometimes with men, they get into their feelings, and if they can't get their anger out, you don't know what could happen. So you should let them get their anger out so they get comfortable, and then come back home, and then y'all talk about it. Because I see sometimes women still want to keep picking and going at him, and I'll be like, leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? You pushing his buttons. He's human. I don't condone hitting women, but some women be asking for it. I don't condone it, but some of y'all be asking for ass whooping. Like, you asked for it.
Yeah. Listen. I had to laugh.
I hate to say that.
It's true, but so what you said was deep though, about let the man release his anger elsewhere. That's so vital that you mentioned it. I'm glad you was able to express it for a male's perspective, because a lot of women don't understand men. All right, they're learning men from women who are divorced. So of course, when they explain how a man is, they're going to talk about negative stuff.
Right.
All right. They're learning men about what they see. But are you asking him what's going on? Why do you feel this way? Are you giving him the safe place to even be vulnerable to express that? Because ain't no man going to express logic to a person who's going to say, you crazy.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to explain, is that you have to have a safe space to speak, but if you have to be logical first.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody going to explain nothing to you if you're going to sit here and cry. All right? Because the truth is going to hurt. Some things are uncomfortable, but that don't mean you shouldn't hear what the person has to say and say, oh, they're crazy. That's what I don't like that. And that's what's causing a lot of failed relationships, just from that one thing.
Well, see, the truth is very uncomfortable more for women. Okay, we're more used to the truth and have to face the truth when it comes to women, because women, when y'all tell us the truth, you guys don't have a filter. When y'all want to say something, you're going to tell us directly how you feel, and that's just, as men, we accept it. The hard part is for men, when we try to be honest with women, it backfires on us. It's harder for us to be honest because we were taught as men to tell women what they want to hear, right? And that's not always being truthful and honest. So then when we are honest, like you get a man like Kevin Samuels, then all of a sudden, oh, he's gay, he don't like women, he's a basher. He's not a basher, because if you watch him, he was worse with the men than the women. He's telling these men, hey, you don't have a big stick. Guess what? That's why you ain't getting no play. You ain't getting no play. You work part-time at T-Mobile. Okay, you make $20,000 a year. Okay, you're 30 pounds overweight. You don't have a car. Yeah, that's why you ain't getting no play. And men accept it. But when he
Yeah.
told women, you got 4 kids by 4 men, don't none of them take care of them. You want a man make $100,000 a year. You're very unrealistic. It's the same thing. But see, men are not allowed, especially black men, are not allowed to be honest to black women. You can't be honest without getting bashed. Have you seen it on TikTok? You've seen it look at my comments.
Yeah.
You can't
I
be
see
honest.
it.
But when
And
I'm
that's-
honest with men, they don't say nothing.
Yeah. So it's like two bad situations. Like you try to express and then you get bashed for it. And then what you just said, the men don't want to even say it. Like I feel like I don't know if I could say it, but F what the woman is going to say. F what the woman is going to think. Just say that shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Say it and make sure you express it. You have passion when you speak. Let these women know that you mean business. You are serious. Because when you sit here and play with these women, they're gonna be like, nah, you just a little, they're gonna try to talk crazy about you. But when you show them that you wear the pants, you know what I mean? They're gonna listen. They'll listen more, or they're not gonna deal with you.
That's good advice if the man has his own place. But if you living with her, you can't say what you want to say and how you feel. If you're using her car, you have to wait till you get your stuff together.
You better hit them with it. Listen, you better hit them. So let me ask you this: do you agree with if you're single and you're looking for a wife? Do you agree with you moving into her place?
No, I've done that, and it's never good because every time they get mad, automatically it's my place, my rules. You can leave. It's never good because soon as the argument come up, they want to put you out and put you down. But now, if you do them that way, you wrong. You're wrong if you do it. But no, I would say go get a place together. Only reason why I would say yes, moving with a woman, you already have your own job, some money saved up, and you got your own transportation. So if she do kick you out, but most of the time women let the guys move in that don't have nothing because they know they can control them. So that's why when you go to the gas station, you see these women in negative 10-degree weather pumping and paying their own gas. And the guy in the passenger seat is laying back all the way into the passenger seat because they got control. And I'll be looking like, why you got a guy like that? And then I did my research alone that those women have control over those men. And that's why they choose those men. So the men that are stable and can take care of themselves and not couch potatoes, they know they can't control those men. But then they complain about those same men that's laying in their passenger seat, eating up all their kids' food, laying in their house, not doing it. I can't find a good man. You can, but you just can't control him.
Yo, you hitting bars. You cannot control him.
No.
Because listen, you don't want the man that has the means to provide because you want to sit here and tell this man what to do all day.
Exactly.
Right? Now, this is one thing I want to explain to women.
Okay.
When a man has the means to provide, that man is a leader, all right?
Yes.
A leader is the one who's going to provide and they're going to make the final decision. That does not mean that your decision is invalid.
Exactly.
Because in my marriage, my man is the lead, but he listens to everything I have to say. Well, a lot of the decisions we make is from we made it together, or he did it, or he goes to what I said. It's never like he never disregards to what I say. No.
And you got a good husband.
Never. Because he trusts me.
Gotcha.
He trusts my way of thinking as well. So a marriage is not because you have a leader of a man that your voice is not heard. I think a lot of women get confused with that. No, a real man is going to consider the woman's feelings because that's why they married that person.
And just because the man is the leader doesn't mean that when you say something, he's like, you know what? Maybe you're right. We'll try it like that. Just because he's a leader don't mean he's not going to take your words in consideration. Because a lot of times, women, y'all be right. And you know what? She is right. We'll try it that way. And if he's not open to that, how can you be a leader? If the people that's following you, you're not even open to the people that's following you. Because nobody's right all the time. Just because you're a leader don't mean you're right all the time. That means you just have the credentials to lead people in the right direction. But we all make mistakes because we're human.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
some men get that arrogant ego. Well, I'm the man, and I'm right all the time. And no, you're not. You're human like everybody else, and sometimes we're wrong. You know,
Right.
the leader's wrong sometimes. That's why you have followers.
Mm.
But at the same time, a lot of women don't know how to follow, and they think they can lead. And any women that think they can lead a relationship, any ones that I've ever seen, they let them right all the way down into the damn ground. That's the
Yeah.
only place you can lead a relationship, because women aren't built to lead relationships. You're there to be the help. And when I say help, that don't mean you the maid. Because every time I say help, they get mad.
Uh-huh.
Because if you follow the Bible, the help means that you are there to assist, right? The helpmate don't mean you're my maid. You're not my slave.
Right.
But when we say help nowadays, women get really mad.
They get so mad when you use any term like that. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I provide a class called wife training. Okay. Soon I'm gonna discuss this, because this is actually how I got started, by the way. A long story, but I'm not gonna talk about it now. I just want to explain to you that word training. When I say that I was underneath people's skin,
Yeah,
okay,
I
when they
bet.
heard that, they was like, I'm not a dog. You can't train me.
But
Listen.
the thing is, I hear women all the time when they dealing with their men, and whatever they say the men do, and they female be friends be like, "Oh, you got him trained well. So why can't we train y'all? Y'all want to train us?"
Thank you. Like, who gives a hell what word I chose? I said what I said. Wife training is in effect. Okay. It don't matter. Y'all, that's the thing with a lot of women. They like to nitpick little simple stuff. They don't mean a damn thing. And I'm a
Hey,
woman saying that.
wherever this wife training is, I want parts. I want to see this. And I'm gonna bring you on my show separately, just me and you in a couple weeks. If you got this wife training online, we gonna screen share and go over this wife training, because I want to see this.
Yes, yo. There's gonna be a time we're gonna speak, but there's gonna be a time where I broadcast how I got started with this wife training. I've been doing this for 2 years.
Okay.
Okay. It's just that I've had kids. I had kids back to back. All right.
Okay.
My youngest kid is what's today? He'll be 10 months in 4 days. All right.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I have little kids. All right. So I put my time into my family. Even though I wanted to help, but I can't. My time is to my family. So I started this 2 years ago, but I had to keep stopping. And then now I'm, doing it mainstream. I'm trying to grow the following to reach more people, because I am going to be doing my wife training. I am.
Got
That's
you.
going to be a lot. That's going to be a real class. All right. Because
Okay, got you.
It's needed. And also, my husband is going to be involved, helping men, like how you were talking about men, couch potatoes, and all of that. My husband is going to try to help men elevate so they can
Awesome.
be providers. The
That's
things
awesome.
that we've learned in the past that is very useful, resourceful. It's going to be a team, for sure.
That is awesome for you and your. See, you know what? We need more people like that, because if you and your husband, what that's going to do. And I'm going to help you when you guys do this. I'm going to bring you both of you on my show and screen share, because that's good for men and women to see two people working together. Because you on TikTok like me all the time, and you've seen my page, and people don't understand the concept of teamwork.
Yeah.
And a lot of men, right? You hear on TikTok, all they talk about passport boys. They're going overseas because they feel like they're looking for a woman to say, yes, I will help you do that. We can work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the real message. They say, you know what? Well, we can't get that here, which I believe you can. You just have to find the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And teamwork makes the dream work. And marriage is two people. But all we hear online is men saying, I want a woman to be submissive. The women say, oh, the man got to pay for everything. So the man wants the woman to be submissive, and the woman wants the man to pay for everything. Okay, for the man, for one, every woman is not going to just submit to you, right? It takes work for a woman to submit to you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because nowadays you have these men called simps out here. A man that will do anything, anything. You got to compete with a guy that no matter what she asks, he will not say no. He says yes to everything. So you got to compete with him. You got to compete with the trick, the dude that got money that can buy whatever he wants, right? So men are talking about, I want a woman to be submissive. I mean, how she doesn't have to be submissive when she has all these options for simps, tricks, men that'll do anything for her, and then you're asking her to be submissive, which to me, I think is backwards. That's asking for a lot.
I mean, in order for a woman to be submissive, it needs to be with the right man. So what that look like is you don't need to, if we're going to talk about simps, all right, that's just a term that's been out there. For people that don't know what simps are, can you explain that before I even explain what I'm about to What is a simp? Okay, what is that?
So a simp is the opposite of a pimp. The exact opposite. This is what a simp is. I'm gonna give you a great example. I'm gonna say the online simp, right?
No, wait, online simp?
I'm gonna say online because most time we see simps is online. So say you put a post up, say, hey, I'm not feeling good today. Here he come, the same guy. Oh, what do you need? Do you need me to go to pick up your prescription? Do you need me to come over and do this, blah, blah, blah? You can post the next day, my tire went flat. Where you at? I'll come over, fix your tire, call AAA. The next day you say you're hungry. What do you want me to order you? A simp is a guy who never says no. And who will do anything to get your attention. It don't matter what. You could go online and say, you know what? I cheated on my man. I was wrong. I did this, that, and the third. And he will come on there and say, no, you were right. You had a reason. Knowing you were wrong. Knowing you were wrong. And he'll go say, you know what did he do to hurt you? He must have did something. A simp will never disagree with you. And he will always do anything you say just to get your attention. And he is a yes man. That's what a simp is.
Y'all hear that? So simps are the ones that women shouldn't be with because that person is not going to be the leader that they need, right?
Exactly. Nope, not at all. Because you got a simp don't just simp to one woman. A simp is going to simp to any woman that's going to give him any kind of attention. He's not just
on his show podcast.
He's simping to any woman he can get from.
You're in a bad area.
Can you hear me?
It's breaking up where you at.
I'm breaking up?
Yep, in that spot. Yep.
Is it better now?
For now.
It's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, it went out again.
I was saying the simp. Did it? Okay.
Woo, you guys, that was interesting. If you guys are listening or was listening, very interesting. I love getting the male's perspective. I love it because as women, that's the type of stuff that we need to be listening to. All right. If you're not around men or haven't had a chance to grow up around men, like if you didn't have a father in your life, because you know a lot of us people have not had fathers in our lives, you don't know what men are thinking or how men are because you never had experience with them. And then when you get into a relationship, as you get older, you're not going to understand them at all. And then you're going to say that, oh, this is not going to work. In order for a relationship, one reason or one way a relationship is able to work is if you understand who you are with, who you are dealing with, who you are dealing with. Do you understand that? Okay. So that's like getting an animal, like, right? I get a snake. I don't know nothing about snakes, but I'm gonna get a snake because that looks cool. the way how the skin is so pretty, right? The outside is great. But then you don't know how to deal with that snake. So you don't know what to feed it. You don't know how to care for it. You don't know what it wants, but you got a snake. You got to know who you're dealing with. Okay? I'm going to put Hit Show Podcast back on here.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just got home. I'm on my computer now.
Okay, that's okay. I
This is good.
understand.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm happy you are here. But listen, I was telling people that a lot of relationships are failing because they don't know who the person that they're with. They don't know who they're dealing with. They don't know nothing about that person. And I'm talking about gender, right? So I was saying that a lot of women didn't have fathers in their lives. They didn't have male role models. They don't have any male figures. So they get into a relationship not even understanding who they're dealing with. You have to know what the man what the man wants, what he thinks, how his emotions are expressed, how they speak. Understand that a lot of men are very direct.
Yes.
You know, understanding that. And then when they get with these men, they say that they crazy. No. You don't understand a man. You ain't had a male figure. And if you had a male figure, you probably had the simp and the pimps, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
You know, most men ain't simps. I don't give a listen. You think most men are simps in this society? What do you think?
In today's world, no,
Yeah.
not most of them. But the simps, I'm gonna piggyback off you a little bit. The simps know what women to simp to, and they know when women are vulnerable because they're trying to get what they want out of those women. Right. So a simp wouldn't work for a woman like you. But they know broken women, women who didn't really have a father figure or a male role model. They kind of know how to catch their vulnerability because they know those women don't know better. But to women who had fathers, older brothers, male figures, that simp stuff don't work. It's not gonna work. Just be honest. Now, tricking is different, but I don't want to go too far into it because we're talking about simps. Tricking is different.
Yeah, it is. There's levels to it, and there's different types.
Yeah.
Different types. So yeah, so that's another conversation. I hear you. We as people just have to learn each other better. That's all I mean. Like, in order for you to be in close contact with somebody, it's like when you get a job. I like to always relate it to jobs. Before you get that job, you research the employer. You're like, is this going to work for me? Let me look at the benefits, the incentives, if they even have incentives. What are the perks of being here? What do I gain from this? Am I going to get a bonus? You know, you look at all that stuff. You're not just going to go for a job and work for it. And if you do, don't do that. That's silly. That means that you're not going to be loyal. Then you're going to learn how to not be loyal and then be trying to, be loyal in your relationship. It ain't going to happen. So it's just before you get into a relationship, it needs to be an interview, a respectful interview. Don't just be asking 1,000 questions, and what do you do for yourself?
Well, no, you know what? You make good points, but no, you should ask 1,000 questions. Nowadays, people got boyfriends, girlfriends, side wives, side husbands, kids over here, mystery children over here, work husband, a work wife, a lover down the street,
Damn, they got a lot.
An online stalker, a stalker down the street. You better ask questions. I don't do nothing. I get on women's nerves. I ask so many questions.
You forgot the sugar mamas and the sugar daddies.
I forgot. I need me a sugar mama. I need somebody to spend some money on me. Sugar mamas, yeah, the sugar daddies. I see women talking about, I want a sugar daddy. I want a sugar daddy. I said, you know what? You want a sugar daddy till he wants some sugar.
Ooh,
you
right?
Want him to spend all that money on you. Yeah, and then when he ready, what you gonna do then? You can't get rid of him. Because now he's looking for return on asset.
Ooh,
Spent on his investment.
killing him. Yo, I'm sorry, you guys. I have not been looking at this chat. Stefan, if you are still in the building, I appreciate you always showing up. Okay. This man is always showing up. All right.
I seen him in your comments earlier.
Yeah, when I was talking about the games. All right. I'm gonna ask you your opinion on that, but let me see. He says, "I'm sorry, I am playing my video games when I get off work." Okay, you can play your video games when you get off work. Ain't nothing wrong with you playing your video games as long as you spend some time when you get a girlfriend. Because I think Stefan is single, you guys. Hey, Stefan, you're here still. Thanks for still being here. All right. Make sure when you get that girl, you spend time, because we don't want to cause issues from the beginning, because you're going to play that video game when you start that relationship. You ain't going to just play it later because you got her. No, I know you're going to play it right away. Spend time with this person regardless. Make that a priority. Get to know that person. The video games you're going to be missing, and you're going to let her explore. You don't want women exploring, being unproductive, and they're going to learn stupid habits, okay? You want to make sure that you're there to be to guide her in the right direction, as she should be guiding you in some things as well. All right. Now, Hit Show Podcast. What do you think about men playing video games? And wait, are you the man that plays the video game? Let me start with that first.
Not as much as I used to, because I do this now. So I do like video games, but I'm such a podcaster to where this is my video game. Okay, so this is a productive habit. All right. Video games is too. It is. To explain. Because the real video gamers, you know, they win money playing in tournaments, and they make money online. So for some of them, it's a business. Okay. And I'm just learning that. I know a lot of celebrities make money. A lot of gamers, you know, they gamble with each other, and they get into these pools, and whoever wins get money. So a lot of these gamers is making more money than we are going out here to work every day. But the one you talking about, that home gamer, women, stop complaining. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Let them listen. Let me know. My husband don't play video games. He found himself into other hobbies like what you're talking about. But for the ones that's listening, and you have a gamer of a husband, boyfriend, or whatever, please listen to this man. I want to know why. Go ahead. Reason why: the more time he have playing games, the less time he got to go cheat. Ooh! Let him play that game. Let him not take a shower. Let him be in the house 22 hours, feet stinking, ass stinking, breath stinking. At least you know where he at, and he ain't doing nobody else. I'm putting his comment back up here. That's fine. Do you hear this? Wow. See, you put a spin to it. See, I wasn't thinking of that. That's why I like having conversations with men, because y'all got to let us know what the deal is. Okay, so I agree to that part. Less time of them going out there exploring and explore. What Kevin Samuels say? Something about the options. You feel me? That gives them less time, I guess, to go explore, right? Okay, all right. So you women, I guess, stop complaining, or you gonna complain him out the house. I think what it is, on the flip side, it comes to a point where the men that play the games, video games, they take a lot of time playing games, and the women get mad because they say, hey, you're playing this game more than you're paying me attention. So it does have to be a balance. Okay. So I think those real gamers are going to be on the games. Like me, I'm turning into a real podcaster this year. I podcasted more this year than I did last year, because I'm taking it more seriously. And I'm on shows like yours, people that show that are growing. So for some people, this would be my video game. And I would get, I'm coming home getting off work. This is the first thing I'm doing.
Right.
So that would create some type of static.
Gotcha.
Even though the Hit Show podcast is a full business, full LLC and everything.
Awesome.
This is my video game. So I would have to create a balance of just taking time doing this and taking time in my personal relationship.
Yeah, I'm learning that too, because like I said, I've been doing this, but to do it on social media, like when I say this is a job,
yes.
All right, let me tell you guys, for my viewers and the people that's been supporting me from the beginning, I have 4 kids, okay? I have a husband and I also have me. Like I take care of myself. I love you guys that much that I want to come on here and spend time with y'all just to help the community and shed light or shed things that you may not understand. Just understanding. I like to do this, but this is a job and I take it seriously, just like Hit Show Podcast is taking it seriously because he did get off of work. We just witnessed it. If you guys were here earlier, he was in his car, and then I don't know if he was driving. I can't tell. And then you home. You feel me? Like that's dedication. That's commitment. We take this thing serious. So if you're gonna subscribe because you're gonna get authentic, real life situation, real life advice, real life stuff. We are real regular people. I know y'all see me in them videos talking a whole bunch of stuff, but listen, we all the same. Even when my page grows even more, I'm still going to be here. All right? Because I care that much. So if you're going to subscribe. Matter of fact, let me put that on here. For anyone who is new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Show some love. Catch up with me. Thank you. And if you're on Facebook, just hit the follow and like button. All right. And then also get the likes up. Get the likes up. We've been on here for a while. Okay. Because we're just trying to share love to you all. That's all it is love. Yes. So, I got a question for you. So, are you choosing to be single or are you looking to mingle?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I'm always looking to mingle. I like mingling because with mingling, being single and mingling, there's no strings attached. I can leave and come when I choose. Mm-hmm. Can't nobody hold nothing over my head. And it's just, I can keep my peace. So I don't owe anything to anybody and nobody owes me anything. And you could actually get to know people better that way. Because when you do that, you get into some really interesting conversations. And me as a grown man, I like a woman that can conversate with me. Right. And that's my part of mingling. Mingling don't always mean sex for me. I like good conversation. If I get good conversation, we're gonna go on a nice date. If your conversation ain't that good, we probably just gonna go to Applebee's. Because usually Applebee's is the first date. But if I'm getting good convo, I say, okay, I can sit with you at a nice dinner for 2 hours and talk. But if I can't talk to you over a nice meal, then I'm gonna try to get what I need to get a couple times, and then I'm going about my business.
No, you didn't. Listen, this is the raw, okay? This is raw advice. Sorry, raw insights is what I mean. Raw insight. He is letting you guys know what men are actually thinking. You heard what he said. He said,
ladies,
he gonna a couple times.
If you the man been messing around for months and you always talking about you don't take me out and you don't show me off and take me out to dinner, he ain't interested in you. He interested in one thing and one thing only. If you keep saying you don't take me out and take me to dinner, take me on no date, he don't want to, and he's not going to. Simple and plain.
Simple and plain, yeah. Just learn from men, other men, just learn, because this is what most men are gonna say. Like, it's not just a
Mhm.
he's saying it. No, you know how many times I've heard that? Like, that's what it is. Okay. So he's saying he wants a good conversation. So what are your conversations like? Like, women, I don't know if they know how to conversate with men. Only thing they know how to talk about is like what they look like and maybe the food, but the substance is what we're talking about. A good conversation is substance.
Mhm.
You're teaching him something or saying something he ain't never heard, you know? Or even if you're talking about your life and you're getting real deep and passionate about your life and you're explaining things to this man. So, good conversation. What is a bad conversation? Can you explain what that is?
I say for me, a bad conversation is for me is like if I got to keep talking and you're not engaging in the conversation, and I talk for say 2 or 3 minutes and you say one word, then I got to start the conversation over again, and then you say 1 or 2 words, and then if I feel like I'm talking to myself, that's not a conversation.
No, it's not.
It don't matter what the conversation is about. It's about the engagement in the conversation. We could be talking about, say, for example, say me and you. I know you're married. Just make an example.
It's
Say
okay,
me
you're
and
good.
you were strangers, and we
Mm.
met somewhere, and I said, you know what, I'm interested in you. You know, let's go out and maybe go on a date. We exchange numbers, and we talking on the phone like we're talking on a podcast, talking about life, kids. I say, you know what, this is some good conversation. Let's go to dinner and talk face to face and have a face-to-face conversation, and we're
Mhm.
both engaging in the conversation. It
Mhm.
don't even matter what it's about. We could be talking about how the weather is so bad here in Ohio 8 months out the year, but you're
Right.
engaging in the conversation. That's, to me, bad conversation is when you're not engaging.
Good. That's a great breakdown. So it's like just like when imagine when you texting somebody, a bad texter, they do that one word. You say a
Ooh,
whole paragraph.
oh, make me
Okay.
so. Hmm.
You say another whole paragraph. Yeah. And another whole paragraph. That's what's up. Like, you don't want to be talking to somebody like that in person. Like, hello. So now there are some women who literally don't know how to, they don't know how to have a intelligent conversation because you could have been talking about something that they have no interest in. So now
Yeah,
they're going to sit here and hit you with that one word. Or sometimes it could be they don't like the date, right? So they
yeah,
with you and they're like, I don't like him like that. Then you got some people who just don't know how to talk. So they're gonna sit here and just one word you ready to go because they bored, but you bored too. So it's like if you're gonna be on a date, you better have some damn topics. How about that? Stop
right.
going on dates and you ain't got shit to talk about. What kind of date is that? You better go on there and have a whole spread of what the hell you gonna talk about to a stranger. That's how that should work. You guys go subscribe to Hit Show Podcast channel. Okay. We got the link in the chat. Make sure you subscribe. He's also on TikTok and he posts videos. I don't know. I think you post like how many times a day? You be
Well,
on there.
I try to post 3 to 5 videos a day when I can, because we got so much footage. I'm actually behind.
Oh, that's what's
So
up. That's what's up.
I slowed down, then I get 3 to 5, then I'll get like one. So it's hard keeping up with all this.
It is, but that's good that you're behind. You putting in work over there. Also, I want you to go subscribe for sure because I'm gonna be on there on Sunday, you guys. We gonna be chatting it up with him and his people, see how they do things. So any of my my followers here, make sure you go over there so you could come check us out. See what he talking about because he said his stuff raw. They just say whatever. See, I ain't trying to get over here. Look, I ain't get there yet. I'm waiting. So if you want the real deal, go ahead and subscribe to his channel too.
And guess who's coming on our show Sunday at 8
Who?
o'clock?
Who? Who?
You
Me?
just forgot you supposed to be on the show Sunday. Did you forget?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Yes,
I know you ain't forget.
No, I didn't. I was just saying that I will be there. So, all right. It has been a long live. And listen, I'm hungry. I'm going to be real with you. My behind is hungry. I ate before I came, but I'm hungry. So I'm about to get up out of here. But it was nice. I'm so glad you were able to make it. I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my channel. If you want people to get this word from a married woman's perspective, please share or talk about my channel and send people this way. I will be doing lives every Friday, but I'm going to be doing it more because I'm going to have a little bit more time coming up. Also, if you want me to react to a video, it don't have to be your video. Any video that's going to be something that you know I can speak about, relationships, anything. I can react to anything. Send it to me. And I want to be able to react and make a review on it from a married woman's perspective. Send me your clips. I have an email in my bio. All right. You could DM me, whatever. Just send me everything you got. And we're gonna talk about it. But it was nice, you guys. So all right, Hit Show Podcast. Thanks for being here. I will see you Sunday. Make sure you guys are there. All right. All right, man. Peace. Yes. Yes, you guys. So thank you so much for staying on. It was nice. This is one of my longest lives. So yeah. We are out of here. I'm about to go get me some food. I hope you guys enjoy your night. It is 10:45 on the East Coast. I don't know where everyone is at, but make sure you guys just have a productive rest of the week. Try to spend most of your time being productive and playing your games. Do all. Have fun and be productive. And just relax. Don't take things too serious. Don't be as stressed. You know, we tend to be stressed in life because things are not going as planned. So make sure you're not stressed out. Take things lightly. Everything is not that serious. Your mental health is important, right? Always remember that. No one should be able to destroy your own happiness. Okay? It is a contributor. So we got to stay strong. It's a contributor, but don't let it be your main thing. You should be able to be by yourself and still be happy. And I'm not talking about be by yourself because you want to be single. I'm talking about the times when you're not with anybody, like literally, like even me, right? After I get off this live, I'm going to try to have a little time to myself just for a little bit. It's okay, but I'm not going to sit here and be miserable. I'm not spending time for myself because I don't want to be around my husband. No, we all need time to ourselves, but make sure that you're not miserable doing it. Be happy. Do things that make you happy. Sometimes we need a reset button. Find that reset button. Find your outlet, but don't let it be a negative one. Don't let your outlet be alcohol. Don't let your outlet be things that's going to stop the way how your mind is functioning. Okay? Have the outlet where it's positive and it's not going to affect others. All right? So make sure you guys are having, like I said, a productive week. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. And I'll make sure you are subscribed. You'll see every time I schedule a live. All right? Out.
Artlist.io.
I believe one day, I believe in the future. I believe
Music
in the
licensing
past.
reimagined.
I believe what you truly desire. You can bring the past. All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way,
Artlist.io.
gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. Know that you can make it. Hold it tight, cause they will try to take it.
Music
Keep it
licensing
close, 'cause they will try to
reimagined.
shake it. But whatever you do, don't let them break it. This moment's just a new chance to take into your own hands and shape the life you see inside your dreams. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get.
Artlist.io.
Someday we'll make it on. Someday we'll make it. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get better. In your heart there lives a dream for your soul to master.
Music licensing
From the moment that
reimagined.
you breathe, get to chasing after, yeah. All that you want, all that you ever dreamed. You can make anything of this life. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Someday we only try. No matter what people say. Either way, we're gonna get.
Artlist.io.
Someday, other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say. No matter what they say, we gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Someday, other days we only can try. Other days, no matter what people say.
Music licensing reimagined.
Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what we're gonna get. We're gonna get. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days we only can try. Either way, no matter what we say. Either way, we're gonna get better.